Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be having a look at Sole Terminator. This is a around $300 Supreme Footsites Shopify bot that I think is perfect. It's cheap, it supports EU and US Footsites, so you've got both there, and it's so cheap, around $300. Some people will be trying to sell it for $400, some people are trying to be buying it for $200. In the middle, it's around $300 to $400, and I think this bot is incredible because they've got a few cool features. It works on Mac as well, and that's a big thing. But in this video, I'm going to take you through how the bot works, the layout, task groups, profiles, everything. And I'm also going to give you my opinion on it, who I think should buy it, and what price you should buy it for. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, first of all, right now we are on the tasks display, as you can see here, and this is basically essentially the dashboard. Now, you won't actually be running your tasks in here, but this is where you can see all of the different tasks you've created. You would use this screen, say, if you were running East Bay, Foot Locker, and Champs, and you could see all your stopped tasks, running tasks, any that have added to cart, unsuccessful checkouts. However, if you wanted to individually stop a task or mass edit, for example, what you do is you would click into them, and so if you see that, they're kind of like bubbles. I think this is really cool. I haven't seen another bot do this. Normally they're on the side kind of as things, and you're always looking at tasks, but this gives you a really cool feature because you can also search for them. You can just create loads and loads of tasks, really. But I kind of love the idea of having a bubble and then you're kind of zooming into it. I think it's quite cool. And then as you can see here, you can just go back here, in and out. You can go in and out of all of them. And yeah, so here you can see you have your product, size, profile, proxy, status. I'll get into that in a second when I show you how to create a task. But up here we have the site that we're actually running for, so you can see all of the different sites here. We were running Supreme EU. You then have your delay, so you know we could have this as 1000 anything, and that says unsaved changes there, and you can just press the save button there, and boom, that has saved. You also can schedule your tasks to start at a certain time, but you don't really need to do that. You can have one checkout per profile, which is what you would want for Supreme, and then auto retry on fail, which you know you can also have on. And you do have to save, so you can't have like super quick delays. So let's say you want to just change to 500 quickly, you do have to save it. A bit annoying, but such a small thing, doesn't really matter. I doubt it'll, you know, it's not going to be a thing that won't make you cop that you didn't change your delays instantly and you had to press a save button, if you get what I mean. So you can also rename the group, delete the group, all that stuff there, but I'm going to show you how to create a task now. So in the bottom left, you press the create tasks button, as you would assume. So this is the create task page, and this is where you would create your tasks. Now I mucked this up my other one because I did these as example tasks, and what I did here was I put in the product just the name of it. I just did that because I was quickly setting up just to show you kind of what they would look like. But what you'd put here is your keywords. So it's keywords, just work like any other bot. So you'd do plus, air, and then comma, plus force. So that would be your keywords, for example, for an Air Force One. So yeah, sorry about that. Just ignore the ones there. I was literally just creating that as a demo task. Sizes, put them as random, but you have everything here. Modes, you have fast, safe, restock, browser fast, and browser safe. Now, I believe the best modes to use for the current Supreme on Sole Terminator are the two browsers and the restock modes. I don't think fast and safe are working too well, but the success is actually decent on Supreme. I have to say, if you are looking for a Supreme EU bot, some photos on the screen right now of some of their success from just EU users, that's decent. And bear in mind that there are only around 300 users from what I can see in the Discord, so I mean, that is not many people. And considering a lot of time Shopify, which is what another thing it supports, is mainly US, and Footsites, obviously that's very big in the US as well. It does support EU, but you know, this kind of makes you think it'll be more of a US bot. So the fact it's actually getting checkouts in EU is really good. And there's an EU user base. Now the owner is also from Denmark, so that might kind of maybe more EU stuff coming soon. I don't know, but it shows that they're definitely the European side there. So don't just cross it off the table if you're European, but as well as that, if you are from the US, you also have the Footsites, you have the Shopify. It really is an AIO. It's as close as you can get to, I almost want to say cyber in a way, because you know, it's got everything there. So moving down, let's just put our mode as browser fast. You can then select the color. In here, you can put random, you can put black, you can put white. And they're the different colors, the Air Force Ones. I'm just going to put in white for now. Category, Air Force Ones would be in shoes, so I'm just going to have shoes selected there. Profile, you can use PayPal, but we're just going to go with George Curve because that's got the best 3DS system. And then for proxy, we're just going to go DC. I'll show you how to create proxies and do all that in a second. And then you have your quantity. So there's two things here, and I was a bit confused by this at first, but I can confirm quantity is how many of the item you want to check out. So this is if you wanted to check out 5 at once, I think. I mean, I'm not too sure because you couldn't actually do that, but just leave this as 1, and then this is how many of the tasks you want to create. So let's just say, you know, let's do 2, and then we can press create, and you can see that there. So you can see how these were all wrong, but if I go and start the task, so to do that, you click on them. You can also press shift and click on like multiple, and you can just press start tasks, and you'll see here, getting store, it'll take a second, waiting for restock. There you go. And then that's what it shows when it's identified the item that you're going for. So not this, completely ignore these tasks. In fact, I'll delete them right now. So one annoying thing that I have found about the bot is if I go to stop these tasks, so I press shift to select them all, or I don't even need to do that, I could just press stop tasks, and it says, are you sure you want to stop all of your running tasks? Stop all. Now, that's a bit annoying because I don't know why you have to press the stop button twice to kind of make sure you've stopped them. I think it should just kind of do that once, you know, when you press stop tasks, stop the task. Maybe I'm being a bit picky there, but it's small stuff like that that I pick up on, and I mean, it's just kind of unnecessary, you know? You press stop, you probably want to stop your task. But yeah, if we just start one individual task, press stop task, it still says stop all, so not too sure what that's about. So moving on from here, you can just go back out of here, and you can go into another thing. So again, this is DSML, or DSMEU. The product, let's say we're just going for a dunk. It could be dunk, low, just anything. Random. With Shopify, you have fast, safe, and safe preload. You're wanting to use fast, safe, and maybe if you're going for Kith, you'd want to be using safe preload, something like that. Then with profiles, all that same stuff there. PayPal as well. Don't think you'd really want to be using PayPal on Shopify though, because it's all about speed. So moving on from tasks, you've got the idea here. When, as you can see, we have 2 stop tasks there. It will show when they're all running from here. To actually create a whole different kind of website, you go to create a task group, and this is where you can select a store. But you can also change it once you've created the task group. Now in here, you can also do all the classic things like mass edit, and it allows you to mass edit everything, which is really nice because some bots only allow you to mass edit certain things. But yeah, this just gives you access to everything. Super, super simple. Let's move on to the capture at the top. Now, capture solvers, very simple. However, from what I've seen, this bot does not support AYCD. So if that's a must-have for you, I guess that's off the table. If you want to know how to use AYCD and set all that up, I do have a link up there that will show you how to get one clicks using AYCD. So to create a capture solver, all you do is press the button that says create capture solver, open it up, and let's say we're going to use this for Supreme, or let's say it was Supreme Gmail 1. You know, let's just say this was something we were going to use for Supreme, and it was going to be, you know, one of our Gmails. So you can create that, and now you can select the preference. So this means like the store that it was going to be using, right? So this is the difference between Shopify checkpoint, question, checkout, all that stuff. But for this, we want it to be using Supreme, and you can also have multiple, which is quite good, but we're going to go for Supreme. You can throw your proxy in there. You can press the YouTube thing here. This is where you can sign into your Gmail, which you will need to do. And then you're done, really. Again, it doesn't have the AYCD support. Implement that maybe in the future. It might be in there, but I have not seen it. So yeah, that's literally how you create them. You can press delete down here if you want to delete it, and you can press it to create it. Very, very simple stuff. Profiles, again, this is the same stuff. Some of this might be blurred, but looking at the UI here, it does have a very nice UI. You can see it's got that blue theme. You have a clock down here. Just very, very basic stuff. For a £300 bot, it's better than a CLI. A lot of the really, really cheap bots out there are CLI. Obviously, they can't be if they are Shopify, for example. It does have a really nice interface, so I think it's a really, what you get, I think is really good for the price. I think if you're good at negotiating, you might be able to get this bot down to even like $250. I mean, it's pretty crazy, considering that bots like that are like solid, which I don't know if you've seen my review on that. If you haven't, click there. But they're kind of in the mud right now. They're with Polaris. They're not doing great. Whereas a bot like this, it's hitting restocks and it's still cheap. So I don't know what is happening there. It's definitely undervalued in my opinion, if you look at other bots that do the same sites. But if we move on to proxies, this is where you can see your proxy. So I've got my DCs there. You can create a proxy list. You can give it a name. Let's call this test. Create that. You can then click on that. It's got that bubble feature with proxy lists as well. And here you can press edit proxies. That's where you add them in, throw them in there. You can remove the bad ones, test the region, connection, store, put all that in there. Very, very simple stuff. You can also give it a description. I'm not sure why you want to do that. If you could say, you know, very fast. I don't know. There you go. So you can read the description of them there. I mean, I'm not sure why you'd really want to do that. And then you can go to settings. Lastly, this is where your webhook, checkout sound, capture sound. This is where you also have all your quick tasks. Again, store accounts. This is just classic Shopify bot stuff. You can add all that. Let's say you're going to add some Bape accounts or whatever. Same with shipping rates. You can select it, say you wanted to add it for DSM, throw it in there. One thing I did forget to mention is one of their Footsites features. So you can see I'm on Footlocker DE. If I press create tasks, you can see, you know, we can put in a random link there. Let's say we were going to run for an item. You'd be wanting to run fast mode, but one really cool feature this does have, it has an inbuilt data saver according to the owner. Now this is really cool because Polaris was known for having this back in the day. You know, only OGs remember. I mean, it wasn't even that long ago, but Polaris, when running Footlocker, Footsites, anything, it would use like nothing. It would not touch your data, and there was no other bot like it. And so many people ran it because you could run it really hard and use minimal data. I mean, people running Ganesh would use gigabytes, but this bot are claiming to have some of the same stuff. I have not tested this because there hasn't been a Footlocker drop while I've had this bot, but I'll test it and I'll tweet it. So follow me on Twitter if you haven't, because I'll keep you updated. Because if this thing can save data on Footlocker, on Footsites, you know, you need this. It's doing decent on new regions. It hit a few Syra sources, but it's got such a small user base, especially if people in the EU. It doesn't have the people to run it. It does support US and EU Footsites, as you can see here, Footlocker DE. But if I type in Footlocker here, you can see they support all the EU ones, even Canada. And if I go to the bottom, you've got the Kid Locker, Lady Footlocker, Footlocker US. You've got everything there. This bot definitely has the potential to go up, looking at that there. They've got a brilliant Discord server as well. It's very, very compact. I'll have a screenshot of it there. But it's got everything you need there. You've got the chat for the support. They have a super active release guide channel. It's a bit messy. They post the information you need there. They tell you when to run restocks. It's informative, and at the end of the day, that is what you need in a bot. I think this bot is super easy to understand, and the fact it works on Mac, I think so many people will love that and appreciate that. I think there is definitely demand for this bot, but I just don't think enough people know about it. If you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to subscribe and follow me on Twitter, because I have like no followers on there, and I do want to have some clout on sneaker Twitter. So yeah, comment below any other bots you want to see me review. I've got a few potentially lined up in the future. If you guys know about any good collectible bots, that should be coming in the next few days / week. But so yeah, keep an eye out for that, and thank you for watching.